Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now, are you having FOMO for not being able to farm the Alva evolution strat that everyone else is doing? Perhaps you can't fit the Gall or Solstice Visual in your build? So fear not, because this alternative setup may not be as lucrative, but it's way less easier to set up. You're not on a time crunch to clear all 4 Alvas before your evolution buff runs out. You get consistent profit, you drop T1 to T0 unique items quite frequently, and more importantly, you don't have to sacrifice gear slots, so you can run it with the full power of your build. So what am I running? Instead of running Shrines, we're replacing it with Delirium. Now, Delirium adds quantity and rarity to your map, and you also get a ton of Simulacrum Splinters. And these Simulacrum Splinters, as well as Delirium Orbs, they do add up and they make your profit a lot more consistent. A lot of players running the Alva strategies in general are using Deli Orbs, so you can sell these pretty easily and pretty quickly. Overall, I would say it's a pretty low investment strategy. I am running with a Risk Scarab, but if you can't run Risk Scarabs, this strategy absolutely still works. So at the end of these clips here, I'm just gonna go over how I set it up. Alright, jumping right in. So I'm gonna go over the Atlas tree first. So the main thing we're running with Alvas. So we're grabbing Alva here, Alva chances here, here. And I like to grab resource reallocation just because it increases the chance of getting a tier 3 corruption room, which sells for about 1.7 div currently. I just find that this node helps with that a lot, and as well as the Alva nodes here. The other ones we are getting are ore chances, so these nodes here, and this one here to get more bismuth ore, as well as these cluster right here. Pretty standard tree. Again, the only difference we are doing compared to the evolution shrine strategy is we're dropping shrines and we're grabbing delirium. So delirium chances, we want to make sure we get 100%, so we need to grab here, we need to grab these wheel right here, these 3 points here, and finally I just grabbed that for more rewards. And then delirium orb is what we're farming as well, so we grab this cluster right here. So that is what the tree looks like. We are quite starved on points, so I could not afford to fit in. I would like to get this quantity wheel, but we can't fit that in. Alright, so that is what the tree looks like. And for the Scarabs that we're running, we are doing Wisp, Monstrous Lineage, 2 champions, and the last one I'm running a Risk. You can substitute it with 2 Risks by removing, I think, the Wisp. I would remove the Wisp just because if you get a Viridian Wildwood, it's a lot better that way. But this is just more of a consistent Scarab to give you Wisp in every map. And then for the map device, we are doing, I'll showcase a map here in a second. We're doing Settler's Mechanic to get the Bismuth ore as well as Eater of Worlds. Okay, and then for the maps, I'm only targeting currency to be at least 100%. So if you see on my maps here, I have at least 100% currency. Basically, I just use a regular chisel, alk it, and then I chaos orb until I get above 100%. Make sure the mods are okay, and then I exalt it to make them all 6 mod. So that's how we're doing it. Now my build can run all mods, so that's why I'm running a Risk. But if you can't do that, just replace the Risk with another Monstrous Lineage. Alright, and really quick, I just want to show the build as well. So I'm level 98, we are an Aura Stacker, and these are the items that I'm running with. I just upgraded my shield, and then I also replaced my All's Uprising with Jinx Juju here. 2 rings, I got bleed immunity, so now we are immune to corrupted blood and bleeding. That's quite nice. Upgraded my body armor here to get suppression on it. And then gloves are the same, Mage Blood, March of Legion is the same. And more importantly, the mercenary gear, I realized I haven't showed that in the previous videos. The wand is our biggest upgrade. I think I paid like 90 divines for this. It's a huge damage increase. Helm, everything else is the same. Body armor, I just re-rolled the implicit to get reduced reflected damage. So we can run reflect maps right now. And then endurance charge as well. And in case you're not aware, the Pinnacle Atlas boss and unique enemy basically works for the mercenary, because us, the player, we are considered Pinnacle Atlas boss and a unique enemy. So your mercenary gets these buffs permanently. And Middy's Embrace, same thing here. This one here, reduced reflected as well. Gloves, same gloves. Headhunter, and then a Relicash with Frenzy Charge. And then these are the links for my mercenary. Alright, now we're gonna run a map real quick just to show you what it looks like. This map here, again, when you're rolling your maps, the explicit modifiers on your Atlas tree, these nodes right here, they only apply to the mods rolled on your map. The mods that are added by the Risk Scarab, they do not get amplified by these explicit modifiers. So make sure to avoid stuff like less recovery, reflect as well, just because you do take damage, even though we have reduced reflect damage taken, because it gets amplified. So try to get good mods on your map, and then the risk will add the other ones. Alright, so we're gonna run this map here. And the ideal map is when we get a Viridian Wildwood, we get a Bismuth ore, and we get some nice Eater altars. That is the ideal map. Of course, not every map is like this, and sometimes you don't get a Bismuth ore, but it's still decent. So we're just basically running, and if you get a Bismuth ore early in the map, that's perfect. Sometimes I just run past the map just to check if we have a Bismuth ore. If I don't see it, I don't like to backtrack too much, so I just go ahead and run the Alvas right away. Might not be ideal, but that's how I do it. So we can see all our Alvas are spawned right here. We'll just do an Alva here. Oh, we have one of these altars. We'll grab that. Yeah, so the good thing with this compared to the shrine strategy is you don't have to, again, sacrifice gear slots. You don't have to be on a time crunch to clear all 4 Alvas. You also need a really powerful build to be able to do that, because I think you have like 2 minutes to do all 4 Alvas in that strategy, so not a lot of builds can do that. We got some nice no divines on this one, but you do drop T17s, and we don't really care about the Orichalcum ore. I'm just gonna loot in this later. Okay, so here we're gonna get that one. And with the Delirium nodes that we're grabbing from the tree, we are able to extend the fog all the way to the end of the map. But still, I would run a sort of a linear map like this, so you don't have to backtrack too much. Tropical Island is probably a better map, but just run one where you have nice divination cards scry too, because sometimes you do drop div cards as well. Okay, so we got a divine there. And on average, I would say a divine map is expected, and that's including really unlucky maps where you don't get any divines at all, but you have your Simulacrum splinters, your Delirium orbs, your Valdo puzzle boxes. They all add up to average around a divine map, and the investment is not close to that. I mean, the most expensive Scarab is probably the Incursion of Champion Scarabs, and those are only about like probably 10 chaos. But I will say it does help to have a good clearing build, and Kinetic Blast is one of them. Something that scales with speed, and you need to have some good attack speed, clear speed, or just really good clear. Some explosion, because these Alva temples, if your clear is bad, you're gonna take forever to clear it, and you might even die in it, and you're not gonna get the full benefit of the temple. So a prerequisite, I would say, is still a decent clear build to be able to run this strategy. Okay, we got a Voidborn key. That's interesting. That's probably the first one I got in a while. Alright, and then just check your mercenaries as well. Shadow Sword, we just killed this. And then we're gonna, it seems like we didn't get a Bismuth ore this map. That's pretty unlucky, but as you can see, we still got a good amount of currency here. So I'm gonna grab magic monsters here. I think if your build is capable, and I might try this as well, is to replace the monstrous lineage Scarab with another risk Scarab. I think that will be worth it. I think one of the autumn mods that I grabbed just made this map a lot harder. We'll see. Oh, that's the end of the map. Okay. So we're gonna end the Delirium here, and then on average you get between 200 to 300. So we got 279 here. Not too bad, not the best, but yeah, that is the showcase of the map. No Mage Blood. Okay, so hopefully you enjoy this strategy. Again, it's very easy to run, and you do get, in this map we got a key, we got a Divine Orb, we got 279 splinters, which is about like 50 chaos, T17 map, and this is without a Bismuth ore as well. With a Bismuth ore, you the reward should be a lot more lucrative. So let me know if you have any questions with this strategy in the comment section below. Bye guys.